Well, third time lucky for this video. So the first time my camera just died, so it didn't record. And the second time I've done this video, it was 20 something minutes of no sound. So yeah, someone forgot to set the actual microphone up when I put the new camera on. But anyway, this is the video you've all, well, okay, a few of you have been waiting for. This is the magnet video. So, heads up, there's no frames, there's no shooting or anything like that in this video. What this is a tutorial. So you might have seen my bracelet. I've pointed this out a couple of times. Now, this is a great ammo bracelet. The issue I have is that I made it with a shackle. So that's one of those things. So you unscrew and you're meant to sort of get that through there, and then you thread all that needle thing through again and screw it in. I prefer these in everyday bracelets. The issue is that I don't wear paracord bracelets like all the time. So when I do, it's not so bad to do that shackle. But when you're using it for an ammo bracelet and you're doing it every day, it gets annoying. And so I don't really like those black clips. I'm just pulling everything off of this bracelet for the moment. I don't like those black clips. They just look cheap, but it's going to work for this because it's just a quick clip and it's in. So what this is going to be part one. This is getting magnets and also a few other things. So that you can use for your art, for slingshots, training, whatever you want to do. Right, got all those out. So what I'm going to do is dismantle a hard drive. One of these things sits in your computer. Where could you get these? Old computers, if you've got them. There's pretty much been the same design for decades. You could ask IT department where you work, ask friends, put a Facebook post out for people locally and say, do you have a broken computer or broken hard drives? I'll take them off your hands. They'll usually give them away. The reason you're using these magnets, I said, if you can do that, you've got free magnets. Now, not only these are not fridge magnets, these are crazy powerful. So I've got one in here in my little ammo box thing. So this was taken from a different kind of hard drive. So this one is like super powerful, but that's how powerful these magnets are. It's going to take me a while. I can knock a few off now, but it's going to take me a bit. I'm going to get a big bowl later to empty that out. But once you've got that, of course, like you don't want something that strong. Once you've got paracord wrapped around it, it's going to be a lot easier. But part two to this is going to be, now in a hard drive, there's two magnets that you can get out of there. They're very good. Diamium, whatever they're called, earth magnets. I just call them earth magnets. There's two of those in here. And so what I'm going to do is two bracelets. One of them is going to be with the buckles, the plastic black ones. The other one is going to be what they call the Mad Max style. If you're not into paracord, if you Google it, Mad Max paracord bracelet, it's a style of, you've got a full loop, so you've got the paracord design like this, and then you've got like two strings coming down. And they sort of dangle off like this. So you put your wrist through and then you just tug on the string and that tightens it up around your wrist, and then you'd have like your magnet here or wherever you place it. So I'm going to do those after I've got the two magnets out of here. So I'm going to put this to the side. Then I'm going to boom like this and change to my lower view. You can still see me. See, I'm down in the corner. You won't miss me. So number one is I'm going to walk over to here and I'm going to turn my light on, just because in Calgary it's a bit cloudy and we've got forest fires and lots of smoke around. So typical hard drive. Now these are the Torx style screws, or those star shapes. Now I got this kit, I think I got it from like AliExpress, and it was a while ago, and it's got all these different heads in there. So I've found with any hard drive you can use the 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers. I've never had anything outside of that range, so I usually try 7 first. So it looks like it could be a 7. Yep, so that's the Torx 7. So this video is how to basically get free magnets, and again, not your standard dollar store magnets or like fridge magnets. These ones are actually worth digging for. So first we're going to do, this is the Torx 7, and that's about standard. I think I've sometimes used a 6 and a 9. So it's just like the size difference basically. So I'm on the 7 at the moment. Hard drive manufacturers, they tend to do really shitty things like do some different sized screws. So we're going to take off these 6 around the edge. Now there's 7 screws, and every hard drive I've ever taken apart, that every manufacturer does this because they are complete dicks, is there's not 6 screws, there are 7 to get this case open. So we're going to get all these 6. There. Now if I get my knife and I try and get this off, as you see it won't come off, because every single manufacturer, they hide a screw under the sticker. Now it could be anywhere, so it's easy to find it. Just put your finger on the sticker and move it around, and also you'll feel it, it will dip, like there'll be a little crevice thing. It should only be the one, so I can feel it, it's there. You can sort of see on the edge there that it's kind of shaped, but I can feel that it dips in there. The rest of it is flat. So what I'm going to do is get a knife and just cut into this. You can try and peel that sticker off if you want, but we don't have to be neat or anything. All we need to do is remove a bit of that sticker like that, just to then go boom, 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 and get that final screw out. I say every manufacturer does that. They hide a screw. I don't know why. No idea why they do that. But see, once you do that, you can just pop that off. Now, that's the first part, getting that open. So, as you see, there's not a lot going on in here. What we want to get to is this bit here. This is the magnet. So this is just a brace. The magnet is on the underside, facing down, and then there's another one, nearly exactly the same, facing upwards. So there's our 2 magnets. What I like to also take out, and you can see my reflection if I get the angle right in here. So this is the actual disc itself. Now I take these out. You can get the one, there's usually 1, 2, well there's always 1, but you sometimes get 2 or 3 in there. I use these for, or I will be, for targets. You've seen people do videos and they're shooting through an old CD or disc. Well, here's a disc. So there's that. Or if you're into EDC, going out into the wilderness, and these make excellent signal mirrors, because it's got a hole in the middle. It looks like a disc, but as you can see, this is highly reflective, so you can have the hole through your eye, as you can see me in the bottom corner holding it up. So you can look through that hole and signal if you're in distress, or like as I say, it's a mirror, it's a reflective, highly reflective surface. And as I say, if you've got the hard drive for free, you're getting this for free. So what we're going to do, several screws. Now this, that looks very small, but basically what we're going to do is remove the screws here. So there's 1, 2, 3. A lot of the time there's 6. That will be to get to that disc. Basically we're going to remove every one of these Torx screws that you can see. So I'm going to remove this. And that's a little bracket that holds the disc in. Now remove that, I'll be able to lift that disc up. I want to remove this little plate here, just because it's going to make it easier. Now those are smaller. That's smaller, that's smaller, those are smaller. So I'm going to change this, and so that was a 7. I'm going to try 6. I can't wait to lose weight, and then hopefully my fingers get thin as well so I can reach into things. Right, so these are 6, sorry. So what we're going to do is remove each one of these screws. And again, like this isn't, you're not going to see frames in this video. This is getting you free magnets. And not only the magnet for the bracelet, you can, as I've got, get one of these magnets, glue it on the end of a stick. It's picking up your ammo. And I know some people have those fancy ones, like the big plunger, and you pull the magnet away and everything drops off. Like, great, excellent. This is by no means any better than that. But if you're out in the field somewhere and you don't want to carry that big thing around, just get yourself a little stick, chuck one of these magnets on it, and off you go. Now what happens here, you get what they call, let's do a little bit of science, they call it the Dymo effect of it turning. Now when you go to turn the screw to loosen it, it turns the disc. Like if I do that, see, it wants to turn the disc. So you have to hold that centre bit, and then once you've got it loose, you can get that screw off, hold the middle, boom. And these aren't on tight, like these are really easy, like it's just such an easy little twist. Boom, and it's loose. Right, let's get those screws out. That one, and this one isn't quite there. There it is. Then I can pull that little tray off. If you can think of something to do with that, then go ahead. And all these little screws. But to me, that's garbage now. Sometimes I've got some hard drives already pulled apart. Sometimes you can get these rings from it, and these are great because like you can use these for either targets yourself, like you've got a nice little hole there to there's a nice hole to put your thing through, and you could also use it in your catch box, like tie string to it, like there you got 2 either side, put your elastic between it and hang cans on it, so you got like these little extra rings. In case you hadn't realised, like I like to not recycle things but like reuse it. If there's something I can do with something instead of chucking it in the garbage, then I'll usually try and find a way of reusing something. But anyway, let's get this screw out. That looks like all the screws. So I'm going to pull this bit off. This is just taking, you just got to take this off. It just makes your life that little bit easier to get things out. So I'm going to pull that. There's like, sometimes you get like this little ribbon. We can go boom, just cut that off. This is junk. Like, get rid of that. Now the reason we got rid of that is because now we can pull this across to here, and it means we can get this disc off. Now just a little bit of information here. You know when people have said don't put a magnet on your computer, it will wipe your hard drive. This is the disk where all your data is stored. This is a really super powerful magnet. So it is just not true. The magnet does not wipe your hard drive. That doesn't mean that you should put magnets on your computer. The reason is this thing when it's reading and saving stuff on your disc, this is going like this, like crazy, back and forth. Now the distance is like a stylus on a record player. That has to be, and it's something stupid like 1/10 of a human hair gap between that needle and that disc, which is why it's not all scratched up. So what happens is, let's pretend like I've got this little fidget clicker thing. Let's pretend, and it has got magnets in it, I suppose. But if this was a really powerful magnet, the reason powerful magnets break a hard drive, the disk still has your data, but you put that there, that's effectively going to do this to this super sensitive needle. It's going to go boom and bend it up, and that's why your hard drive stops working when you put a magnet next to it. So just pointing out, it is wrong. A magnet does not wipe your hard drive. So anyway, let's chuck that. Let's pull that out, and we should be able to. Don't you tell me you've got another screw in there. Different manufacturers do different things. Maybe not. Maybe it's just this arm that's doing it. Right, so what I'm going to do is try and release these magnets, because there's nothing holding this in now. As you can see, it's moving. There is our first brace, and there is our magnet right there, that rainbow looking thing. And if I put my knife on it, you can see it just jumps to it, and I can, okay, so it's not going to pick those up. But if I had well, if all my ammo that I had in here wasn't all completely stuck to that giant magnet, I'd show you. But here is what unit there. As you can see, it's stuck on there pretty good. So we've got someone down in the basement to show you how to get this off of here. He's waiting for me. But let's just do this. Sometimes you have to snap this off. Nope. And what's happened is, because I've got this bracket off, that's revealed a few more screws. That's why that bottom one's not coming off. So we are going to unscrew those two. And as you can see, there's that magnet there. You can sort of see that rainbow sort of shape there. And then get your knife. Obviously don't use a good knife. Like this is a cheap knife. If this broke and I had to throw it in the garbage, that's really not a big deal. But use whatever you like. I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to bend that up. And there's my other one. Now, of course, you get yourself a little crowbar, whatever, old screwdriver that's all rusty and everything. But now we have two magnets. Now, be careful. Listen, if you've got to this stage, listen carefully. Be very careful when you put these two magnets near each other, because when they jump together and they pinch skin, it hurts. I mean, seriously, it really hurts. So just be very careful. If you're going to put them near each other, just make sure it's from a distance. So you can see it's moving already, and that's about 1 inch away. And yeah, if that pinches your skin, hurts a lot. From experience, trust me. So there's our magnets, and we're gonna just see if we can get this disc out. I wonder if they've added some weird thing to this. Sometimes there's a weird lip or a brace or something. Well, what I'll do, just in the meantime, just for a second, but this is basically the disc as it looks like when you get it out. So as you see, and if you look down in that little corner bit where I am, so here's your EDC light signal mirror. So I can look at what I'm aiming at if I aim right at the camera. See, so I can signal to you, or boom, stick it in I don't know, a bit of clay standing up and shoot through it. So that's the other thing you can get out of here. I'm just going to give this another couple of seconds of trying to get that out. Set another screw. Maybe that's a 7, because as I said, they do like to mess around with you. Nope. Oh, there we go. Just turning it upside down, got it out. So there you go. Just to show you, everything all just collapsed when I turned it upside down. So now from that hard drive, and again, like when you've done this a few times, and you can get these two magnets out, like this is junk. When you can get those magnets out, and as I say, sometimes you get like 3 of these discs in there. Honestly, like it takes like 2 minutes to do it once you've done it a few times. But let's jump back up to me, because we've got all the bits we need, our 2 magnets and disc. So what we're going to do, are you ready down there?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, well, it sounds like he's ready, so here's our little magnets. Let's send these down to him. Catch!
Got them. So these are the magnets that we're going to remove from the brace. As you can see, like this is... I'm not putting all my strength into that, but that is... I know. Shut up about it being so tough. We know, they're powerful magnets. Okay, let's get these off. So, I have... not a crutch. Well, I do, but that's not what I'm trying to show you. Let me get this angled right. Is that in view? Nope, we need to go up a little bit. Okay, apparently you are going to see my crutch. Deal with it. You're all adults. Hopefully. Well, not hopefully, I don't care. So, here is our magnet. And I've got a vise here. So what I'm going to do for this is clamp it down. And as you see, it's just a cheap vise. Just as like some people have said, they don't have professional equipment, but they get away with what they've got. So I'm clamping that in, careful not to actually clamp onto that magnet. And what I'm going to do, grab here, and sometimes I'll get an extra one just as a support. This would be so much easier if I had a proper vise. Now the other pain in the arse for this is trying to line it up, because of course these are metal, so as soon as you line it up, there. So as you see, and I am not a really tough guy, but hopefully you can see that has raised it up just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is undo this vise now. I'm going to try and show you up close. See how that has raised. So all you need is your pliers, and you get in there. I should get some needle nose pliers. Wait a second. Right, I couldn't find the needle nose pliers. So now it's probably going to remove a part of this nickel covering stuff. I'm just going to get a screwdriver underneath. And there, see? It didn't take much at all. And I actually got away with it. There. Now is your magnet. And if you bear with me a sec, I'm going to just go... So here's an old ammo pot. Here's the magnet. I'll pop that in. Just give it a quick roll around, just so it grabs a few, and look at that. Oh, let's put that in front of there. There. So that was just dropping it in and rolling it around a bit. As I say, it's 3 magnets. And let's just move this back up again. So I'll hold it for now. So it's 3 magnets. Pretty much. Now if you don't have old hard drives, you can ask around at work. Most places, pretty much everywhere, has got a computer of some sort or had a computer. They may have old hard drives laying around. You could put Facebook posts up for your local community. Anyone like me who's nerdy has hard drives, and they break all the time. And I just put out a call to like a few friends on Facebook, and I've got a bag of about 20 or 30 hard drives now. So, and me myself, I don't know if this ever noise, but if ever you hear really loud fans, see, me being nerdy, let me move out of the way, I've got this big server running, and that takes 8 hard drives, so they break. You should be able to find one somewhere, but yeah, get yourself a hard drive, take it apart, get your magnets out, and have fun. And another video without saying fuck.